This video will cover the four corner miscellaneous good cases. For these first two, they almost look like the almost T from the end of the previous video, but instead of just missing this center corner, it's also missing the corner in the front. And for these first two cases, they have, H corner orientation. There are a bunch of cases that have this two corner almost T pattern, but then they have like a variety of corner orientation, so you want to keep that in mind. So this one has the edge orientation so that the the headlights are parallel to this line, and another case has one where they're perpendicular, so you need to make sure to tell the difference, otherwise you'll mess up the out. And one's just a left case and one's just a right case. Here this thing points up to on the right side, and then this one points up on the left. So the out for this case is and the out for this case is you put the headlights on in front and back here and do. These next two again have the two corner missing almost T shape, but the corner orientation for these two is U plus L plus, and here here this thing points on top at the right, and here it points on top of the left. So for this case, where it points to where this one's on the left, the alg is, and for this case, the alg is. These next few cases are what I call the almost backward T cases, because if you take these corners and twist them up like this, you get the backwards T with the 2x2 in the back instead of the front. I know these names are getting kind of weird, but the more important thing for these cases to learn is what the edge orientation and the corner orientation. And speaking of that, these first two cases have this line plus pi corner orientation. So, and this one's just the back pi, no, this one's the right pi and this one's the left pi. So once you have that in mind, then you don't really have to worry about the specific shape. You just recognize it by the corners. And to tell the difference between these two, if you put these two edges in the top, here the 1x2 is on the left, and here it's on the right. And these ones are pretty simple algs. For this case, I use, and for this case, I use. These two cases also have pi corners and the almost backward T shape on top. But if you look closely, these two have two sets of unsolved 1x2s, while the previous one only had one in the back here and here for this case, and I think here for this case. And to tell the difference, you just put the two edges on top. This is a left case, this is a right case. So the out for this one is the out for this is just the mirror of the previous, which goes like this. These two cases have the same shape and a 1x2 in the front, but if you look at the back, then there's no 1x2. The previous case had two sets of 1x2s, and the corner orientation for this one is L and L plus, that four corner case. To tell the difference between these two, you just put the edge, you just put like this 1x2 at the bottom. Here it's gonna be on the left, and here it's gonna be on the right. I'll start with this case first. The out for this is and the out for this is just the mirror from the back, which goes like this. These next two cases also have the almost backwards T shape, but instead of pi corners, you have headlights and L plus corners in the back for both of these cases. And you tell the difference the same way. If you put these two edges at the top, the 1x2 is on the right for this one, and here it's on the left. I'll start with this case first. So the alg is this case, you hold it here and do. These last two cases have the same shape as the previous two, but here you have sort of like H plus corners. It's two sets of headlights, but these ones are far apart. And same here. To tell the difference, you just put these two edges in the top. Here are the 1x2s on the left. Here are the 1x2s on the right. I'll start with this case. The out for this one is from this angle and goes like this. And in this case is like this mirror from the back goes like this.